Good morning, guys. It's going to be another hot one today. We've been in a heat wave for, I don't know, I've lost track, 10 days. I just wanted to point out a few things. I learned that you can eat the red seeds off of the yellow dock plant. You can actually grind it into a flour, and you can also do that with the plantain as well. So when this turns brown, the flour, then it starts to make a seed. You can see the butter on this one. You know, that whole plant is edible as well. But again, if you can't source flour, it's a good thing to know, right? And it's gluten-free, which is what I like. So you could see I germinated some seeds here, some cold weather crops. We've got, this is actually just broccoli. I know it says broccoli rabe. We've got cabbages. These are Romanesco, only 2 of the 3 germinated. I'm hoping that one does germinate. We've got Brussels sprouts, but I'm hoping because there'll be less bugs that we'll get a better harvest. We got some dill over here. This is some Persian blue basil, which got destroyed. We did get a little bit of rain one day. It was like torrential downpours, and of course it destroyed all my seedlings, so they're just starting to grow back. Some holy basil, some blue spice. This is the last of the garlic, the elephant garlic. Some more of the onions that I harvested that didn't really grow as big as I'd like. The phlox is in full bloom, and the butterflies are really happy, and I'm happy to see the butterflies back, the monarchs and the swallowtails. We're hoping they lay lots of eggs. We've had a few tomatoes, 4 big tomatoes, but unfortunately we had some disease on our yellow pear again, and some of the other heirlooms, so I cut down the plants, and I'm hoping that the tomatoes will ripen. We did harvest some potatoes. Again, it was a disappointing crop. Obviously they do better in the ground. We just don't have the space, and we have a pest problem, so we use the bags, but it doesn't seem to work as well as I would like. But you could see all of the pest damage that I'm still encountering. Literally every morning I'm out here spending hours killing, picking off pests, beetles, worms, all the things that are creepy and crawly. I'm battling. This is the last of the lettuce. You could see all the herbs are doing well, taking off. I'm hoping to get some crops out of the kohlrabi. It's been really hot, so it hasn't been growing, which is actually good. So I'm hoping that I'll get something. I did seed some more string beans. I moved some tomatoes, but I mean, everything in this heat is just struggling, including myself. I did seed some kale and some collards. Finally, we have some growth going on, but you could see there are ants on here, which makes me think that there are probably aphids somewhere, because the ants are attracted to the sap that the aphids put off. And I'm not happy about that because it took forever for this loofah to grow. You could see like the squash and the cucumbers are not really growing. I've done the calendula a few times, but cucumbers don't like this heat. And you could see the leaves. The plant is really stressed, and we haven't gotten any cucumbers yet. You could see some of it. I'm hoping that they don't fall off. So we really need rain, and not torrential downpour rain again. And it was supposed to rain this week a few times, and it never rained. So this is the mushrooms. Still nothing here. The birds have been in here, as you could see from the bird poop. And that's the Streptogaria mushrooms that are local to my area. Again, I'm in New York, on Long Island. You could see the elderberries. The berries are actually starting to turn, so we're trying to encase them in this new system that we got. But because the American is so big, we're trying to figure out what to do, because of course the ones at the top have the most berries. And so I don't know if I cut them, if I'll be able to get them to turn in water in the house. We're trying that right now. You can see this Sambucus variety, they are turning. So we didn't want the birds to eat them because there's so many berries. I did battle with some vine borers yesterday, but you could see the pest damage on everything. Look at the poor rutabaga. I mean, literally pests on everything. This was the only blueberry we finally got blueberries from. The birds have been getting in here though. So I did harvest some things in here. Some orac. This is the smallest one that's left, but both of these zucchinis had vine borers. So a friend of mine told me to wrap everything in foil, which I had done, but between watering and stuff, the foil must have gotten moved and the vine borers moved in. They were babies and I got them out. That was yesterday's battle. So I'm hoping I'll be able to salvage what is there. But you could see I've pretty much moved everything out of here, hoping that we will be taking this bed apart. It's just been so hot. I mean, I'm out here now, it's 8 o'clock and it's already 80 degrees. It's 90% humidity. It's overcast, and that's the only reason why I'm shooting this video. Because otherwise I'd be scrambling to water. You could see chamomile here, sweet Thai basil, some specialty marigolds, some lemon balm. I moved some calendula in here. We've got our geraniums. This is one of the tomatoes that had disease, the yellow pear. It's looking better, thank goodness. It's also because it's cloudy. You could see how ferocious that squash is. So we've got lots of fruit on this side. And this is which one is this now? This is a chambosino. So there's lots of fruit on here, and you can eat these now, or you can let them keep growing and then cure them, which just means to dry them and let the skin get hard, and then you can overwinter them. That's kind of my plan right now, because I thought, but you could see the fruit is drying off and falling off because it's been so hot. And even like normally I would have lots of cherry tomatoes, they're really not turning. It's just very strange. But you can see, look, the disease on the yellow pear. So I'm gonna have to cut this after I shoot this video. I'm gonna have to cut it again. I'm hoping not to cut it down. I'm just cutting what I can. But look, on my astragalus, aphids. And where there's aphids, there's ants. And I literally have been picking it off and killing them, and yet I'm still battling. Constant. It's a constant battle with the pests this year. And I guess because it's been so humid, my cabbages look a little bit better. The heads are just starting to form. Again, it's the end of July. So today is July 27th or 28th. I can't keep track. See, the banana peppers are starting. The other peppers are really small. I don't remember what variety they are. And just, you can see string beans. But look, the tomatoes, some of the leaves are yellow. And that indicates disease. So, yeah, like the asparagus has all these worms on it that I pick off every day. It's just bugs. So many bugs still. So I'm looking for the weather to cool down a bit, and it's the culprit of these beetles. These beetles are the ones that are laying the eggs that then make those worms. And they're gross. And they get on everything. So I'm trying, usually, it moved as I was trying to kill it. Usually I'm out here with soapy water, but look at how many are on here. I didn't bring it out because I just wanted to take care of shooting the video before it was ungodly hot. It's a nice breeze that just picked up, which is good, but look. So I trimmed up this squash, this zucchini, trimmed up both of them. I did watch a video with Rebecca Rhodes. She's training her zucchinis up in like square tomato cages, which I don't have, but I'm gonna maybe try that next year. I only planted 2 because I knew I was planting the cucuzzi and the chambosino, but like you could see here, the chambosino has so many vines and so many flowers, but they're all male flowers. Any female flowers I've had, the fruit has just died off. And so I don't know what's going on because I have a lot of pollinators and I keep training this up, but look, there are bugs. So we're gonna have to cut that one as well because I don't want the bugs. And look, under there, bugs. Even though every day I'm literally out here looking to see what is happening and to keep the pests at bay. And it's like literally every day it's a battle. And I know I keep saying literally, but even my melons, they're struggling. They have bugs. I mean, it's unreal. It's really unreal. I've never seen anything like this, where it's a constant onslaught. And no matter what I do, even the homeopathics, like it works a bit. And then sometimes it's not working, like the aphids, it's really not working. So you can see there are some melons over there, but really there's not. And this should be the time where I should be having lots of fruiting. And I'm not, and that's discouraging. Look, another one. This is a butternut or a honey nut. You could see that it's just falling off because of the heat. And I mean, it's just crazy. It's really crazy. And in case you guys didn't know, we don't have in-ground sprinklers. We don't have, as you can see, there are no drip lines. So I have to water this all by hand every single day. And when it's 100 degrees and 90% humidity, it is not fun. And I'm literally out here for at least 3 hours. But even, like, you could see on my willow, the beetles have annihilated this. The rose bushes. The crepe myrtle is filled with, I was hoping to get one of the butterflies on the phlox, but they flew away. Crepe myrtles are inundated with aphids. So it's just a year of bugs. I'm going to call it the year of bugs. I hear the hummingbirds. They've been visiting us. You can see. Maybe I might get some figs this year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've kind of just surrendered to what's going to be is going to be. I've done all the things I can do. I still keep doing all the things I can do. And it's just I don't know what else to do. So if you guys have suggestions, I mean, you could even see there, I've got beetle damage on the potatoes. I've tried all of the things. We're contending with baby bunnies who are trying to eat everything. So my plants just started growing, and now I've got baby bunnies to contend with. So it's just frustrating. I know you guys are all who know what gardening is like and how much work it takes and how frustrating it can be. And when the rewards don't come that often, let's see if you can see the butterfly. It's really frustrating. So I'm here to tell you, I'm not giving up. And you shouldn't give up either. And that this is a great life lesson, is that sometimes it may get worse before it gets better. And we had a bunch of eggs from the monarchs on the milkweed. And we had babies, and then something got to the babies. So as much as we try to raise the monarchs, the last few years we've really struggled with doing that, which is really defeating because they're on the endangered species list. So if you can plant pollinator-friendly food along with your food, I advocate doing that, because if you don't have pollinators, you don't have food. And I have pollinators and I still don't have food. So it's a struggle. It is a struggle. Let me know in the comments what you're struggling with, what your garden looks like, what the weather's been like by you, if you're dealing with the heat wave like I've been dealing with for the past, 2 weeks, maybe, almost 2 weeks. Okay, talk to you soon.